Monster Factory is not a movie. In fact, it's a YouTube show run by these boys, Justin and Griffin McElroy. And yes, I understand that they sound like the villain of the week on Dukes of Hazzard.
The McElroy boys is at it again, Duke.
Wait, their last name was Duke. I somehow doubt that one of their names was Duke, but I mean Mario, so through the Lord, anything is possible? Let me look it up. Hang on, Luke and Bo Duke. Okay, Luke Duke isn't exactly a victory lap here. Also,
but did you know
that Luke and Bo weren't even the main characters in Season 5 on a show where their name is the show? They gave John Snyder and Tom Wopat a year off so they could do NASCAR. Apparently, they were replaced by Coy and Vance Duke, but this is neither here nor there because I am talking about these Dukes. Monster Factory is an internet web series that began on May 4th, 2015 with a video of two brothers doing their damnedest to break the Dark Souls 2 character creator and succeeding, cause nope! The show airs semi-regularly on Polygon.com, a great video game news resource for pretty much anything. Wait, that's not the right logo, right? Oh, there we go. Okay. You've probably heard the term McElroy brothers in some context at some point because they basically have an empire now. And with their other brother Travis, the Beers of Winter McElroy, my dudes work on shows like My Brother and Me, The Adventure Zone, Interrobang, Griffin's Amiibo Corner, Things I Bought at Sheep, Carboys, Polygon's Quality Control, and Schmanner. Oh, and I hear that CISO TV gave them a show, so, you know. Guess I'll be over here. I'm just waiting on my show to embark. It's not happening, is it? Yeah, that's shit. Did they have my number though? They do? Okay. Well. The central conceit of the show is actually pretty simple. Find games with robust enough character creator tools to create, as the title implies, some real monsters. These children, or pretty babies, as they're known, then venture out into the video game world to see how well this creation will fare against the cold and feeling corpse-dispensing hell dimension from whence there is no escape. Jesus Christ, why is that in a video game? But like any good form of entertainment, the conceit of something does not determine its value as contrasted by its peers. In short, I think one of the things I do well is offer perspective on entertainment that might make you appreciate things differently than you would have otherwise. Which is why I'm not going to compare Monster Factory to other YouTube shows. I'm going to compare it to Napoleon Dynamite. Because f*** it. Here's the thing, Napoleon Dynamite is a pretty good movie that's relentlessly quotable and unleashed a 2-year charlatans plague of vote for Pedro shirts until they all got lost in the laundry, never to be heard from again. It's a solid B, which I have selected on purpose, not because I think it makes for a particularly meaningful comparison, but because I think it illustrates the point I want to make beautifully. Monster Factory is funnier on its worst day than Napoleon Dynamite is on its best. To me, and I understand and appreciate the subjectivity as it applies to humor, so if Monster Factory isn't your bag of sweet jellies, just go somewhere else to make your shitty comment. I'm doing this because Monster Factory is my show, as it were. It's the one I get weak in the knees over and doodle sketches of these two hot beef princes in the margins of my Trapper Keeper with a horse on it. Oh, this poster's for me? Oh gosh, I wasn't expecting that. Oh gosh. In a conversation about this, my friend Elisa called shows like Monster Factory appointment viewing. While we all might subscribe to multiple YouTube channels, there are a few shows more than likely that don't update on a weekly schedule that you will plan a night around to watch. Every Frame of Painting, anything from Red Letter Media, Monster Factory, Earthling Cinema, Your Movie Sucks, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. That's my appointment viewing. I didn't even realize how much the show has affected me until seemingly innocuous and deliciously idiotic phrases started entering my normal conversations. I actually said, in a ranked Rocket League match,
Shh. Kiss that egg.
Which isn't odd because earlier that day I was saying any number of...
Hi, I'm every bassist ever.
The beautiful game. The King's game.
And you've got to be happy with that. Just kiss it.
Did not golf. Failed to golf. I'm gonna go ahead and start writing a letter to that Man in the Hat's family.
Give this man his $15.
I'm gonna go to Suncoast and buy a CD.
Kiss that egg. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. Really.
Oh my God! Yes!
Straight down the middle.
And that's just the golf episode, where brothers Justin and Elrond... Okay, I wrote down Griffin. What changed? Why does it say Elrond? Just read through it and just... Okay, well, okay. And that's just the golf episode, where brothers Justin and Elrond McElroy absolutely succeed is in their ability to slice directly to the center of an audience attention and emotional connection. Let me put that wholly pretentious dillweed statement in a different way. Monster Factory adds up to more than the sum of its parts. While on the surface it is a show where two gentlemen try to break a game in such a destructive manner that it seems like the games themselves would be the butt of the joke for allowing such wanton abuse of their meticulously constructed content to be, Monster Factory, but that's not even remotely what the show is. Though the central conceit is that games with character creators can do a bunch of silly things with unlimited freedom, but one, part of the beauty of freedom is your ability to test its limits to understand the value of it, and two, all of the creations, regardless of the absurdity of their appearance, are not themselves the butt of any of the jokes. And let me just say straight up, doing comedy from a positive perspective is a 10x multiplier of difficulty. So even if Monster Factory is not your cup of tea, please acknowledge the complexity and the lightning-fast craftsmanship and reflexes on display. Justin and Elrond really play the part of parents to these beautiful creations to a mother-fucking T. And the T is for toast, and the toast is delicious. I mean, in the golf episode, Daz gets scolded for having a temper tantrum.
Hey, f***ing calm. No, there's a lot of things I'll accept. Poor sportsmanship is not one of them, Daz. I'll take you off this course. I swam to John.
Which is hilarious. And if you think it's easy to maintain a character like that in an improvisational setting on the fly, then congratulations, Amy Poehler. I didn't know you watched my show. Because here is a real truth that I only realized recently, and it made me get off my ass and actually celebrate these two geniuses for the level of entertainment they continue to create. Here's the thing with Monster Factory. Every episode, these beautiful, esoteric Americans go out of their way to create the worst, most broken, damaged, insecure, fragile messes that even God tried to sweep under the rug. And then the humor is all derived from how much they love these creatures and these people. If you bite all the way down to the chewy nougat at the center of Monster Factory, you'll walk away with a feeling that no matter how flawed someone perceives themselves to be, someone out there loves them. The show that turned Dark Souls into pizza. That show.
From a distance, there is harmony.
And here's the thing. If you want to know what I'm doing on those days where I'm feeling a little down, maybe that day really didn't go so great, chances are I'm coming home and I'm watching Monster Factory, and that makes me feel a whole lot better. And even though this is Movies with Mikey, I can't think of a whole lot of movies I would recommend over this for that. So click the link in the doobly-doo. Go watch it.